I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Quarantine with the Stars. This is our daily show here on AfterBuzz TV, where we bring you interviews with some of Hollywood's best and brightest stars from right here in our home. I'm your host, Brian Saunders, and I'm joined by the multi-talented dancer and actress, Emily Shaw. Emily, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It is super exciting to talk with you today. We're going to be talking about your upcoming movie, which is Jungle Cry, as well as some other fun things you have going on, as well as how you're kind of staying sane during all this craziness. So let's kind of jump into it. How are you
Cool.
doing right now, and how are you staying busy and staying sane during quarantine?
You know what? I'm just doing a lot of like at home workouts and I'm cleaning through my closets and my storage and cooking a lot. So I'm pretty much doing what everyone else is doing,
Yes.
catching up on some TV and shows and whatnot. But yeah, you know what? I have a roof under my head and I have food in my fridge and I feel really lucky about that. So
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that too. There's like so much going on right now, and just to be able to be safe at home is kind of a benefit
yeah,
in itself. So,
totally. Yeah.
what are you watching, by the way?
Right now, I'm watching The Sopranos. So I am
Oh.
from New Jersey, and I was never allowed to watch The Sopranos for obvious reasons growing up. And I finally got HBO as an adult, and so now I'm like, I have all these shows to watch, and I'm like, yeah, of course, why would I not watch Sopranos? So I'm watching Sopranos, and I'm watching Dexter, which are like two iconic shows. So yeah,
Yes. Nice. Those are like
yeah,
definitely some that I haven't checked out as well. So while we're in quarantine, I'm gonna probably catch on those.
yeah, so good. There's amazing shows.
Well, I love that. Well, we're talking about quarantine. So as an actor, are you doing anything to kind of continue working on your craft or staying sharp during quarantine?
Yeah, it's obviously there's like no auditions going on, there's really nothing happening. So yeah, you just kind of have to like create your own content and kind of just keep up with your craft like you said. So two things that I'm doing. One is more fun and I don't take it that seriously, but I've joined TikTok and I feel like it's kind of giving
Yes.
actors like a way to I don't know, perform in like another source of acting. So I'm
hmm
really enjoying TikTok because I get to be creative with that and it's fun and I don't have to take myself seriously on that. So that's a lot of fun. But the other thing that I'm doing is I started taking a writing class actually before all this craziness was going down. And so I was
hmm
doing a writing class at UCLA. And yeah, I'm now starting to write a script. So I'm really excited about that. But those are the two things that, like, two crafts, I guess, that I'm working on right now.
That is amazing. I'm obsessed with TikTok. I know you have like a dance background. Are you doing any of the TikTok dance crazes?
I am. Oh my, I'm like
Yay!
sweating. I'm like, what the heck is this? I'm like, snap, clap. I don't even know
Seriously.
what's going on. I just, yeah,
That
I
is
was
so
sweating and I
funny.
was doing it in front of my balcony and I could tell my neighbors were outside, like, what are you doing? Get a grip. But yeah, I did, what's the one? Super Lonely. I did that
Yes.
one. And then I did the J-Lo challenge, which was so, I was sweating. Like my Apple Watch, I literally did
Seriously.
a workout before and then I was like, let me try the J-Lo Super Bowl challenge, which I don't know why I didn't think that was gonna not be a workout. But I did my workout and then I did that, and my Apple Watch was like, hey, you worked a lot harder just now on the stats and your workout. So yeah,
That
it's
is
kind of a nice
amazing.
workout too. Yeah.
Seriously, and it's funny because I also used to dance, and like some of the dances, I'm like, this is harder than I thought. Like you think it's just like this, but I'm like, we want the dance background. I'm struggling to do this. I don't know how
I
other people do
know.
this.
I know, same. Yeah, my sister and I grew up dancing together, and she messaged me yesterday, and she was like, "How did you learn the J Lo challenge?" And I was like, "Sis, it's called time, and we all have
Seriously,
it."
yes. I'm like having to like watch a million of the videos, and I'm like, okay, do this, and then I'm
Yeah,
like
I'm like,
watching it side
snap,
by side.
clap. Yeah, I'm showing my boyfriend, and he's like, "Great."
I love that. All right, so let's jump into something else. So we have a new movie coming out. It's called Jungle Cry. Tell me all about that.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a true story based on rugby, and it follows these boys' journeys who come from a background of being slum, tribal, underprivileged kids out of India. And they're attending this school called Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences, so KISS for short. And at the school, what they focus on are those underprivileged kids. So kids that are their families are making less than 30 rupees a day. And just to give some perspective, $1 equals 70 to 80 rupees.
Oh
So it's
wow.
like, yeah, it's like like 40 cents a day. So if your family is making that much a day, you qualify for the school. So obviously these kids are coming from extreme, impoverished backgrounds, and they come to the school, and the school actually feeds them, clothes them, houses them, educates them, obviously, and provides basically like this entire platform for them to continue their education in the future, or to learn a trade or a craft, such as like fishing or sewing and so on and so forth. So these boys are at the school, and they're playing soccer, and Mr. Paul Walsh, who is an MBE at the Kolkata embassy for the UK, comes and visits the school, and he sees these boys playing soccer. And because they're tribal boys, they're a little bit aggressive, and they have this like, almost like if you think about Samoan or Pacific Islander type of
Hmm.
body structure. And
Sure.
so Paul Walsh is a former rugby player, and a lot of people in the UK love rugby. So when he sees these boys, he's like, why aren't these boys playing rugby? They would be amazing rugby players, and I feel like they have the build for it. And so he presents this opportunity to the boys, where there's a world tournament in the UK. It's called the Junior Rugby World Cup, and it's happening in 4 months. And he's like, if you guys don't participate this year, you're going to age out. So the guy who owns the school, his name is Dr. Samantha, and Dr. Samantha decides that it's a good opportunity to send these boys. However, they don't have the finances to do so. So he goes to a private investor to receive a loan to send these boys to the world tournament. And in order to give them the loan, the private investor says that we're going to put your school on collateral. So if the boys lose, then we take over the school. And so
Oh
there's
my
a lot of
God.
pressure riding on these boys. And of course, learning a new sport called rugby, and having to play in a world tournament in just 4 months in a country that they've never even really dreamed about. I mean, they've never even been. They're in Orissa, which is close to Kolkata. These boys have never even been to Delhi or Mumbai, let alone London, or experienced a temperature such drastic as London's temperatures, especially in the wintertime. So they have all these kind of adversities that they're facing, and they come to London, and they play in their first cup, the first game, and they can only afford to lose one game, and the first game they end up losing. So everyone is like,
Gosh.
what's going to happen to these boys, to their school? They're going to go back and lose their school and lose everything that they have. And by some miracle, they end up winning every other game after that, and they end up winning the World Cup.
That is amazing. That sounds like such a roller coaster, and I definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, it is. It's like so emotional, but yeah, it's a
Is it
very
out
inspiring
already?
story. No, it's not. So we were supposed to release April 17th, but obviously with everything going on, the
Mhm.
release has been pushed back indefinitely. So I think they're aiming for the summertime, but hopefully it will be out in the summertime, because I feel like it's such a feel good film, A,
Yes.
and B, it's a film that any person of any age, any background, ethnicity, anyone can go and watch the film. And I feel like an entire family can watch the film. So like a 5-year-old can go and watch it with their grandparents, and they can
Yes.
still relate to it and get something out of the film and be inspired by it. So,
I love that. Well, speaking of inspiration, before we go, Emily, is there anything you want to shout out to the people about this current situation that we're in?
sorry
You're
about
good.
that. Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. I just said before we go, is there anything you want to like shout out to everybody out there about our current situation?
Yeah, you know what, you guys, just sorry about that. Just if you can hear me. Yeah, just stay
Yes.
safe and stay at home. I know it's hard for some people to stay at home, but just think about the health line or healthcare workers and the frontline people who are really putting themselves out there to either A, transport people back to their homes on the aircraft, or be in the hospitals and really take care of people. Think about those people who can't be with their families and who can't be safe at home. I mean, they're the ones that are really struggling. So please just think about them and stay at home and stay safe.
Absolutely. That's amazing. And Emily, where can people find you on social media if they want to connect with you?
Yeah, on Instagram, it's Emily Shaw Official. On Twitter, it's Real M Shaw. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, it's Emily Shaw Official. Sorry, we like
Yes.
TikTok.
I love it. Well, I'm Brian Santos. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok as well at the Brian Santos. This has been Quarantine with the Stars. Again, Emily, thank you so much for joining me. It was an
Thank
amazing,
you.
amazing talk, amazing interview. Like Emily said, everybody, please stay safe, stay positive, and most importantly, stay home. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys. Bye. Lots of love.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV.
Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.